2011 looked pretty good, about $41 million if I recall correctly. All this time, you can tell it's about a 50-50 split between conventional hydro and marine hydrokinetics. Now, a new trend will start showing up here in 2012, which in a very troubling 2013 request. Now, some would argue that fortunately, because of continuing resolution, we have been enacted to operate under the FY12 amount, which was $59 million minus, nobody talks about this, 5% given by sequestration. So that's what we're operating under, and we feel quite fortunate to that. Now, because I don't have the authority of the Senator Murkowski, mine was a little bit odder because I was going to talk about it this afternoon in the 2014 request. But I can say, because she did say it, that the request is $55 million. In my opinion, thank you, Paul. In my opinion, that is an amazing achievement within our building. I think that all of us, I think by this point, we have the budget request tattooed to our chest because we have been living and breathing this process for many, many weeks. But what we have done successfully is really shifted the trend. And that is incredibly difficult, especially in the budget and the fiscal environment that we are in. But we are really, really proud, and I feel very, very fortunate to be a part of such an amazing team. So I know it's kind of a little bit cheesy, but I like to ask our DOE team and our contract team to really stand up so all of you know who they are, and these are the people behind the scenes that have been working aggressively to communicate the agenda, to communicate the priorities, to communicate the strategy that has convinced this administration that water power is important. So if I could just ask our DOE team to stand up so you guys know who they are. You can ask them in the hallway what they've been doing all day. This is a great team. So great team.
Jose.
Very important. Yes, sir.
Is there a DOE person up in the mezzanine? I think I spotted one and nobody got to see him.
You know, I have like
Who's
12,
that?
I have like 12 spotlights, so I have no idea who's even out there in the audience, right?
I think that's Mike Reed.
Where's Mr. Reed? Raise your hand, Reed. There's Mr. Reed. So Mike is my very dear partner in this journey, and he's done a remarkable job, not only in partnership with the Navy, but making sure that we can move this agenda forward. So thank you, Mike, for your contributions. Much appreciated. A couple of interesting things that I want to leave you with. You know the numbers. So I actually had a slide, but I wasn't allowed to show it. But $55 million. That's exciting. We have 2 notice of intents on the street. That's our, now that we know what our fiscal year 13 budgets look like, 2 notice of intents. One of them is looking at wave energy test facilities at scale. So if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to do so. We are excited about this. It really supports what I said a few minutes ago about us being committed to testing in the U.S. The other one is more on the technology side, which is really looking to, you know, what is the innovation, the type of R&D that's really needed to not only improve the cost effectiveness, but the reliability and the viability of this industry. So I think that those are 2 notices of intent that I hope you are excited about, possibly even thinking about. Stay tuned for more to come in details and opportunities there. There's also a funding opportunity announcement that is actually on the street right now. We're excited. As many of you know, we are truly committed to partnering with our sister agencies, as it is a partnership with the Department of Interior, primarily looking at environmental mitigation options and technologies that really can help address or evaluate the deployment of some of these technologies. So that is on the street today. Hoyt, correct me if I'm wrong, but that closes mid-May. So if you're interested, that's great. So I want to stop on a couple party notes. I'm actually not allowed to put any text, but I will verbalize what our priorities are in 14. You can download the text after 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I just wanted to share a couple in no particular order, and I cannot give any amounts. But anyway, it is information that I hope you find useful. As Senator King said, I was really excited that he mentioned the importance of manufacturing. I think his analogy was that the cars that are made by hand cost $1 million, and I think in many cases he's absolutely right. where this industry today. And we all understand not only the economies of scale benefits, but what mass manufacturing can do. I'm here announcing that in 14, at least from the President's request perspective, we are promoting a clean energy manufacturing element to our program. It's an element that I think it's exciting, I think it's timely, because in my opinion, and maybe it's a bit selfish because of the role that I am in, when I reflect on the U.S., when I reflect on real high quality jobs, when I have the opportunity to reflect about manufacturing and things that lend themselves properly to U.S. manufacturing, I have to tell you that I've been able to at least convince myself, which is kind of easy to do, that water power technologies and wind energy is an example because of the sheer size of these components, because they have such a large transportation cost, that they really lend themselves to local manufacturing wherever it may be, if we do this right. If there is a market, we have shown as an example in wind energy, it was not that long ago that the U.S. content of wind turbines being deployed in the U.S. was about 35%. It was not that long ago. Less than 10 years. It is 73% today. Imagine that journey for marine hydrokinetics. And I think that the component size, I think that the technology, I think because of the market opportunities, this could be part of this future. And this could be part of the dialogue in conferences such as this. So we're looking to invest in manufacturing to address the opportunity, to understand the opportunities and address some of the challenges to really promoting the manufacturability, but things that lend themselves well for the U.S. We're going to have an opportunity. One new element to our program is what we're calling an incubator program, where we're really looking at transformative technologies that really can be game changers for this industry. High risk, high potential, even potentially conceiving new learning curves. We're going to be working about that. I already talked about our commitment to testing facilities, and more to come on that. You can download it at 445. And our continued commitment to not only the environmental portfolio, but to our technology portfolio as a whole. So those are some highlights that I will leave you with as an early present of data for most of you to at least ponder about. But my goal this morning was really to share with all of you what we've been up to at a high level. I know that there's going to be a lot of discussions throughout the conference in detail about what more we're doing, what some of the results are from either academia, national labs, and industry. But I hope that many of you at least have a sense of excitement that the team that most of you get to engage with on a daily basis has delivered from a budget request, and is incredibly proud. And I think that at least at a high level, you got a perspective that our portfolio that we are enacting moving forward is robust, is comprehensive, and is meeting the needs of all of you to make not only this journey a reality, but continue to keep the march. So I want to thank all of you. I hope the very best to Sean and the team here for the conference, and I'll be around, I think, most of today, so if there are any questions, I'd be glad to address them. So thank you.